go out. All right, so we are now officially recording. Welcome, everyone. This is part 2 of IDP, which is Intelligent Document Processing, and part 1 is recorded, so you should be able to find that recording. If you have any trouble locating that, let me know. But some of you might be in a different Anypoint platform account, so you may not see your stuff in here, so don't be worried about that. You might be on the integration quest side of seeing that, or you might be on the Cloud Blazor side. Either way, you have the entitlements to do everything we're doing here. And if for any reason I've overlooked your permissions, just let me know and I'll fix that for you. Okay, so part 1, what we...
Sorry for it.
Yes.
So I don't have this access, IDP access, right? How can I get that?
Oh, goodness. Okay, let me make sure. And you're in the integration quest one, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. 1 second, folks. Let me log in here real quick and fix this. And we shall take care of that, right? And I'll show you all how to fix that, by the way, because if you are managing a platform, you will need to know this.
I think I don't have any access then.
Okay.
I just added to Slack
All
group.
right. So this one is the integration quest account. And let me go to access management here. And in here, let me come down and find you. Ah, wait a minute. Okay. You should have gotten an invitation. This is the correct email, yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Let me resend the invitation so it's fresh.
Okay.
Now, when you receive this, Sharisha, make sure you create a new account. Okay. Because sometimes if you have an existing account, let me show you. So while that's coming up, and this is good for everybody, whomever I might have sent an invitation to, let me send one to this one real quick. All right. And all right. So I'll show you on mine, and this should be, yep, the correct one. So when you get that invitation, like this one here, and you click on this to accept that invitation.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, do not link it to any other accounts that you have.
Okay.
Don't. Yeah, join with a new account.
Okay.
Okay. And when you do, then just fill all this out. It'll populate the email in there and change your username and password here. Make sure it's unique for this. Okay.
Sure. Then. Thank you.
Otherwise, what it does do, for those of you that are curious, it would bind whatever account that you have here to this new platform, new Anypoint platform, and you would lose access to this other one. Yeah,
sure.
It's kind of tricky. So want to make sure you're good on that. And then when you come in, then you should have access, because I've given you the access for the IDP. It should have IDP. So just let me know. I'll wait. We'll wait for you to get in.
Yep, sure. Thank you.
And so what we did in part 1 was we created a document action. Okay. And there are different types of document actions you can do, like we found out. When you create a new one, you can do the invoice template, the purchase order template, and both of those come in with pre-built field names and tables. And then you can ask the AI questions on top of that. We chose to use the generic. Okay, and with the generic, we ended up naming it something here, and then we were able to come in with our generic one. And if you look at the list and you don't see all of them, all of the document actions, there's a view all right here. Sometimes people are like, oh my goodness, it went away. Well, it didn't. They're here. You just have to open up the full list. And so what we did is we created a resume document action. So go ahead and click on your resume assessments for your document action. And then we're going to come up here to edit. So this is kind of where you can see what's going on with it. It has been published to Exchange. We can tell that down here. The publish was successful. Okay, so we can come in here and edit. Sharisha, did you get in?
Yeah, Diane, I'm doing it. Like I got logged in and just verifying my email. Just give
Okay, great.
1 more
I'm
minute.
checking your access also. And I'll show you all the access that you need. Yeah, I see you in here now. Where are you? There you go. And so the permissions, you should have been added to a team. Yeah, you are. Okay. So here is the team that you're already added to, which is the IDP, the Intelligent Document Processing. And those permissions on, oh goodness, wait a minute. I went the wrong direction. Permissions for this are the, there are 3 document action permissions that have to be added, which are under the permission list. Let me go into add permissions just to show you. So if you are managing a platform and someone is not able to do anything in intelligent document processing, come in here and search for docs. Okay, or doc. And these are the document actions permissions. So you want to go ahead and click each of these to give them full access to manage the actions, build the actions, which we did, and execute the published actions.
Diane,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. So I just try to create a new document, new document action in IDP. So it's showing like, please check the permission with your ORG admin.
Okay, you don't have the access then. Hang on, I'll
Yeah.
fix yours too. All right, let's see. That was Ram, correct?
Many.
Manny, you don't have access?
Yeah, I don't have access to
Oh,
it, so.
okay, sorry. Let's see what's going on with that. Tim, you did, didn't you? Manny, are you in the
Yep, I sure did.
Cloud Blazer EDU?
Oh, yeah, I am in the cloud-based EDU.
Okay, so you have not created one yet. All right, let me double check yours. Well, this is good to get this all straightened out. Again, access management. And Manny, let me find yours. Memberships, developers, and membership, intelligent document processing, add to team. Okay, you've now been added. Refresh. I don't know. You may have to log out and back in. Try that.
Okay, thanks, Diane, for that.
And so the permissions under the intelligent document processing, like I said, are the 3 manage actions, build actions, and execute the published actions. Now, the reason I'm pointing those out again is there's going to be a step we're going to do here in just a minute where we create a connected app. Tim, that's answering your question as far as what client ID and client secret to use. That was from yesterday. So sorry for the delay, but you're getting the answers to your questions. And the execute published actions will be the scope that we give our connected app. Okay, but we're not doing it yet, but I wanted to point that out because you as a user have access to all of these, but we're going to create a connected app and it only will have the execute published actions. Okay. And then Manny and Sharisha, let me know that you're okay on what you're doing.
I'm good, Diane. I got it.
Okay. So you may be a little bit behind us to create a document. So Tim, we've got a 2-hour block of time. I hope everyone has enough time. I am going to review real quick what we did in part 1 so that Manny and Sharisha are with us on part 2. So bear with me.
No worries.
Manny,
I got to tune out to take care of some things. So let me know when to tune back in.
okay. Are you going to be kind of listening? How do you want me to let you know?
Yeah, I'm listening. I just got a bunch
Okay.
of ramble I got to write.
All right. Work on the ramble while we're doing this. That sounds good. You want to share your screen? Kidding. Joking. Okay, create new. Manny and Sharisha. And Ram, are you doing this with us or you just there?
I'm just there. I'm guiding Shirisha here.
Okay, all right. So let's do create new. And you're going to choose, these are the document actions. Now, in part one, I reviewed all of the different options here. So check that out for later. We're going to generic. Okay, and name it something here. All right, so you will name it, we named ours resume, assessments, and then we put our initials, and then we put the date. Okay, that way we can kind of remember when this was created. If you want to keep it or whatever, you might have an improved one or whatever the case. And then you can put a description if you want, you don't have to. And then you're going to click on create. All right, I'm not going to create a new one, but I'm going to go to mine. And then I'll show you what we added in each of the questions here. Okay, so yours is going to have nothing here, or you might even have something that says, you know, maybe a tutorial or something like that. Go ahead and click through any of that. And at the top there, it says reviewers. So you want to add a reviewer, add yourself as a reviewer. But if someone's job was to review the document actions and you'll see that today, you're going to see this today. If there's a reason that the document action ran through intelligent document processing and it didn't meet a percentage of confidence percentage, is that with that criteria, then a reviewer must come in and approve where that document was caught or waiting for review. So you will put your name for right now, but if that was their job, we would add that person to the reviewer of this document action. Okay, and I'll explain more as we go forward with this. All right, so then you have nothing here, right? So we're going to add some fields, and it may be under the add. Well, let me pause a minute. Manny and Shirisha, are you good with the reviewer, adding a reviewer?
Yes, Dan.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now let's add under the fields. So click on the fields category. We will not be doing the tables at this point. We're going to click on fields, and you're going to add a new field here. And so the first field that we added is called top skills. Okay, top skills. And you can add later when you get to working with this more, you can add different questions to this. I just kind of started with this. So in the chat, first of all, the first portion is the name of the field, and then the prompt instruction down below is the question or statement that we are asking for the AI component to pull together. Okay, so I just put it in the chat. If you want to go grab it from the chat, it says list the applicant's top 10 skills found in a list format, 1 to 10 in JSON format. Okay, so we're telling it that we want a list of their top skills. Okay, then as we come down a little bit further in this same area, there's a required option. You can make this be a required response, like it has to have something. And then under the confidence threshold, you can change the confidence threshold to a higher level, or if it's something that's not very necessary, you know, it's okay if it's a little off or whatever. If your confidence threshold is a little lower, you're okay with that, then you can lower this. But this is the percentage that is used to determine if it passes or needs reviewed. If the confidence threshold is below 80, it's going to be in a review category when we actually run this document action. Okay. So go ahead and I think it's add on yours. Mine's going to say update. Let me see what it actually says. Yeah, add. Okay. So then the next one, as you come down, so you added top skills, add that one. And then I'm going to go to the next option here is I ended up calling this one assessment number 2. I don't know why I called it number 2, but we'll just go with it for right now. So I think the way we worded the prompt is what is different. So now as a prompt on this one's a lot longer. I don't know if the chat's going to handle this. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it did. Oh, nope, it didn't. This prompt is too long for chat. So hang on a minute. I'm going to put it in a code share. All right, so in a code share, here is a prompt coming to you in the chat for this code share URL. Oh, goodness. Come on.
Then it is unable to add the field after adding the prompt instruction.
Okay, show me your screen. And let's see why what it's doing there on that.
Are you able to see my screen?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, on the bottom right, it should let you add.
So when we click it, it's not opening. It is not adding.
All right, we have top skills. Why is it not adding? Ram, let me check your access to. You should have access to do this. Well, yeah, because that's Sharisha's, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's done.
you should have access. You've got your things there, top skills. Is there anything? Nothing is below this, right? Nothing is
Yeah.
below.
Yes,
Take-
nothing is.
Yeah, take the required off for a minute.
I-
Let me.
I did try that too, but it's not allowing me
Same
to.
thing.
Yep.
Why is that not allowing that? Is there a space before or after the name, the field name at all? Like in
Yeah,
the
I did
top
check that too.
skills?
No,
You did
yeah,
check that too?
yes.
I do not know why. Usually if it's got a problem, it'll tell you, like sometimes if there's a special character, it'll
Mhm.
tell us there. And minimize your screen just a little bit, like zoom out a little. Like use your browser. Upper right.
Oh,
In the browser itself, drop down a little bit, drop down to the next, come down to those 3 little dots.
E3,
Yeah, 3 little dots. Yeah, there. And then zoom down. Yeah. And
Is
then,
it-
and when you try to click the add down there, it is not accepting it.
Yeah, I can.
Let's try cancel. Let's try cancel and let's rebuild it again down there.
Oh, now.
Ah!
Okay. It was.
Who knows?
Oh.
Okay, let's add a new one. Let's do the next one. So while we're together, click add new.
Mhm.
And this one's assessment 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Assessment.
and it's in the cloud share. So everybody go ahead and add assessment 2. Now the difference between assessment 1 and assessment 2 is we started getting very detailed. You know, we're giving it like a whole lot more information, and we're even giving it exactly the JSON structure that we want, right? So copy all of that. Yep. And then let's put that in the prompt area. Okay. Yep. Add. Okay. It's behaving now.
Yep.
There you go.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, they're like children. You have to make them behave. All right. So then the other one that we did, let me share my screen here. All right. This other one that we did after that is, yeah, the other assessments down below. Then we did certifications. And so in the certifications one, here comes the prompt. And you can make the, now, Sharisha, goodness, you're the prompt queen. I should have you turn loose on these prompts and make them better because Sharisha's been working with prompts, haven't you?
Yes, yes, Dan.
Yes. Okay, we got an expert in the room. Okay, so later I want you to redo these prompts and really work with that and share with us your prompting, okay?
Yep, sure, sure.
Cool. Very good. Very good. See, I love how everybody's got special talents. Okay, so let's see what else. The next one is applicant details. So let's open up the app. We'll do applicant details and I'll put this one in the chat. See, some of mine got better, Sharisha. Some of them are just really very lame. You need to help me.
Yep, sure, sure, Dan.
Okay. And then let's see, certification applicant details. We got that one. And assessment for hire. So this one, we're telling it to think. We're telling it to, if you would determine if this applicant is hireable or non-desirable. So some of these are kind of like straight up, like find the certifications. Well, this one, we're asking it to determine if the applicant is hireable or not desirable, and then explain how you came to that conclusion. So we're really making it think at this point, okay? All right, so there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did y'all get 5? Manny and Sharisa, did you get 5?
Yes, Dan,
Yes,
I got
Dan.
5. Can you tell me the title for the 5th prompt?
Yes.
I missed it.
This one, assessment for hire.
Assessment. Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
and you could name it anything you want.
Yeah.
It's flexible at this point too.
Sure.
It would be, I'll explain some things later that these field names that we're using, when you have your JSON format of your metadata in your applications, then they have to match the field names exactly. But
okay.
Yeah, but for this, what we're doing right now, we would probably want to have, a better outline anyway, but we're just playing around with it. We're just learning.
Okay.
All right. So once you have gotten all of your, and you can add more, like I said, but because you can add, they used to have a limit on this, but I don't even think there's a limit now. We used to have a limit when it was in beta of 50. And I don't know that there's a limit at this point. I'm not sure on that. So, because it changed. Do you know, Ram? Go ahead, Manny.
Yeah, Dan. So
Will you repeat it?
I will ask you after that once that.
Okay. Ram, have you heard if there's a limit on the prompts for IDP? Have you heard anything on that?
I haven't heard on the prompt limit. I only heard about the rate limit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. It changed a couple times during the project I was on because it was beta. It was very new.
Beta, yes.
Yeah. So I don't
think
know.
there's no limit. Then I guess I was reading in the Trailblazer. I think you can do as many you can.
Oh, good. Okay, good. That's good. I do know that there's like a limit on the file that you're scanning, that you're uploading and scanning. But yeah, that's good. All right. So later on, you can come back here and add more. Please feel free. And Manny, go ahead. Yes.
Diane, so for all the fields, I just give the confidence threshold level as 80. That's good, right? Or
That's fine. Yeah,
okay.
That's fine. If you want to make these higher later, you can. But you'll see, like, I tested one of mine, and you're going to see in my case that it's going to be a lower percentage, and it's going to throw it into the review tasks. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay then.
yeah, you'll see that it's lower. So you could make these higher if you want. Okay. All right. So save it in the upper right. Go ahead and save it. And now we want to test it.
And then
So,
one prompt limit, what I read from the document is we have 30 per document action.
30.
Yeah, and
Is it-
128K tokens per Einstein prompts.
Okay. Okay.
The token
Interesting.
list is over there and on the Einstein when we start using the Einstein prompt.
Okay. Okay. And they come out of our bucket of tokens, don't they? Yeah. Interesting. Very good. Okay. So it is 30 now. I know they said they were changing it and it's constantly changing. So that might be different, but it seems like it comes and goes. All right, let's test this out. So certainly you probably have a resume in a PDF format. So go ahead and grab your resume. And we're going to go ahead and drop this into the left-hand panel where it says drop the files. Now, all we're doing at this point is we're just seeing what the results are going to look like. We're testing out our prompts to see how it's going to play out, what it's going to look like. So just click on the run button at the top up here in the right of that same window. Okay. And right now it's going out there. It's running through ChatGPT behind the scenes in a very secure, trusted layer. It does not, it's managed very securely, but it is the engine underneath this one at the present time is going to be ChatGPT 4.0. At some point in the future, it is on the roadmap for you to choose different AI platforms that you might want to use. So there is going to be some, potential changes in that area as well. So just be aware of that. And we're going to see our results here. Okay, so once it completes, now you're going to be able to see the results of its scan. Okay, and so here we can see the top 10 skills. The assessment, this assessment is in the same format. Let me grab this here. It's in the same format that we asked for it. If you remember in our code share, where is our code share? In our code share, we did give it, I gotta find our code share. We did give it the exact format that we wanted. I have too many windows open, I think. Where did our code share go? Ah, there it is. Okay, so we gave it this JSON down here, right? We told it how we wanted our output to be. So if we take that output that we got and we run this in a JSON formatter so you can see it better, we will see that our JSON output is, let me get this scooted over. Oh, come on. I want to see the one that's fixed. There we go. It is in the format that we asked for it. Look at these high. Okay, high. We told it high, moderate, or low. We asked for things. Key strengths. We told it to list the strengths, list the weaknesses. So we asked for these items in this type of format. So Sharisha, you probably can share that when you give it the format that you want for your output, it's going to adhere to that, right?
Sorry, Diane, can you repeat the question again?
When we give specifically the output that we want, it's filled in the blanks in the format that we asked for it. Like
Actually,
go ahead.
yeah, I just uploaded my resume. I didn't.
Okay, you're going through the process now.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. No worries, no worries. But I do want to point out to you here, let me do this in a different way. Hang on. I do want to point out this. Let me grab this. We told the prompt. Now this is better.
Yeah.
We told the prompt that we want this format. You see the format here?
Yes.
And so now, and it is actually filling in the details that we asked for.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can prompt in a structure like this, and then we can determine what our response is going to be, what our output is going to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is a really good example of the structure of our output. Okay. So in the area of determining if this is our, oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on. In determining, goodness, I have too many things up. What our output is going to be and how this is going to look. This is closer to what this prompt is actually going to be providing for us, right? So we can see in the assessment. Now in the certifications, it lists the certifications in JSON format. And again, we could take that JSON and see what that structure is going to look like, a little easier to follow it when it's in this format. We can paste this in and then bring this on over so we can see the MuleSoft certifications, the other certifications. So it's nicely organized there. Applicant details, you know, again, we can come in here and copy this one and take a look and see, are we getting the data that we want? Is this going to be the format that we're looking for, or do we need to be more specific? You know, so we've given it the, you know, basic idea of what we're asking for. We didn't give it structure in this one. So it came up with it. Now, assessment for hire, this one has got a lower, when we click on this, this one has a lower confidence level. If yours has a lower confidence level, even in the testing, you could go back and change your prompt to where it's clearer on what it wants. I'm purposely leaving this confidence level low because I want to have this trigger that it's going to require a review. And I want to show you how that review is, what that review looks like. Okay. So this is our threshold. It's not meeting it. That's okay. That's okay. All right. But in a real world, I would probably want to fine tune my prompt and bring this up a little bit, even in the testing time. But for the sake of education, I want to show you what happens when we really run it for real. Okay. So Tim, this is your hands-on keyboard time.
Woohoo! Thanks for the
All
heads
right,
up.
come on. Well, not this part, but soon. We're about to. So
Okay.
everyone else, I want you to go ahead and publish yours to Exchange. I'm not going to continue doing it because mine's already there. So click on Publish to Exchange so that your document action is going to be in Exchange. Okay. And what that will look like is once you have published it to Exchange, we can go in and you should see your resume assessment with your initials. And you can go ahead and click on that one. Okay. And once you're in your resume assessment in Exchange, go ahead and give me a green check so that I know that you got it. Okay.
I published that.
Okay, great. Great. Finn, are you with us?
I am. I'm looking for the green check again.
Okay.
Checked. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Okay.
Aha!
Woohoo!
Done.
Did yours publish?
Yep.
Shirisha? Okay, good. And is Finn with us? Finn, is that
Yeah.
you? I see FL.
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, welcome. So you did part 1, didn't you? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
I did part 1.
All right,
Wait,
Ding! How's
I
it
have my
going,
glasses.
man?
Great to have you.
Hi,
We're
Finn.
just
Hey.
starting part 2. So
Okay.
we had a couple people who hadn't done part 1 yet, so we brought them up to speed. Okay, so now there's a 2-step process to interacting with your document action. Okay, so if you look on the left-hand side under your endpoints, I want you to go ahead and open up, click on the link here that you see for our endpoint. And the first one is a post. Okay, Then click open the one that says execution ID, and that one is a get. So these are a two-step. We're going to post in our document first. And then after it has ran through, we're going to do a get request to get the document. Okay. Now, in order to do this, one of the easiest ways to interact with the document action is a client application. So you can either use Advanced REST Client or Postman. Either one is fine with me. For right now, I want you to use a client application because Exchange is very challenging to get it to work just right. You're better served using a client application because it's easier to manage. All right, then I'm going to guide you through this process. And I have notes that you can have afterwards too. All right, so here we go. The first thing on our list we're going to do is we need to create a connected app. Okay, so if go ahead and get your client app up and ready. And we're going to come over to Anypoint platform, do the slide out, right click on access management and open that in a new tab so that you stay also in Exchange as well. Okay. So if I start going too fast, you'll let me know. In access management, we're going to click on connected apps. Yes.
Sorry, can you show me the step again? This.
Yes. There's a little slide out. If you were looking at your resume, right? Or even here, wherever you were, there's a little slide out menu at the top. See that little hamburger icon?
Yep.
And then come down to access management.
Okay.
And right click on it and open it in a new tab.
Sure.
Because that way we can come back to this tab easily. Okay. So you should then be in access management.
Yes.
Okay, good, good. All right, so in access management, we're all going to come down here to where it says connected apps. Connected apps. Okay. And inside the connected apps, you should see a create app. Sharisha, do you have, is this button live for you, create app? Connected apps and then create app. Can you click on that?
Yes, Diane, I can do that. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure because everyone, so you know why I was asking this question, you must have the organizational admin permissions to do this.
I have one question here. So do I need to change the business group to cloud-based EDU or leave it as
No,
like
no. You need to be in the, you should be.
connected app?
Yeah, for connected app, let me go back a minute. For connected app, when you're in access management and you come to connected apps, it's okay. In fact, this has to be done at Cloud Blazer Data Services. That has to be done in the root, I believe, to be on the safe side. Yes. Does yours let you do it?
Okay. Yeah, I'm just keeping as cloud-based.
Okay. All right. So in Cloud Blazer Data Services, if you're on this one, if you're on the integration quest, it's going to be I think it's integration quest for your root. Let me see. Here's integration. No, that's not integration quest. Hold on. Permissions. All right. So in integration quest, yours would be, yeah, just integration quest. Okay. All right. So we're going to click on create an app. For this one, we're going to choose the app acts on its own behalf. Okay, go ahead and click on the app acts on its own behalf. And then here you want to put your, what did I call that last one? Let me look. I put my initials, IDP, and the date. Okay, so something like that. Click on the app acts on its own behalf, and then you can do your initials because then it's easier to find. It's IDP access, and then I did the date. Okay. That way you remember when you did it. If you want, I don't know, best practices would be what it is used for, like maybe, the purpose of that. But all of the IDP requests can use this same connected app. If you would want, you can group them together, because the primary thing about this connected app is in the scopes. So come down to the scopes here, add scopes, and we're going to go to document actions. Document actions. Remember before I had you search on docs, there is that execute publish actions I showed you before when I was given the permissions. So this is the connected app scope in which we're going to allow it to execute the published actions. Okay. And the next one is, now here's where you choose what business group you want it to apply to. So those of you in Cloud Blazor, do EDU and POC. And those of you on Integration Quest, do the Developer Lab. You can do Integration Quest and Developer Lab. Okay. So I think this one is at
Diane?
scopes. Yeah.
I'm seeing something a little bit different than what you're saying.
Are
I feel
you?
maybe I did something wrong.
All right.
Can I
Yeah.
share my
Let's
screen?
yes, you sure can. Hang on one second.
Okay.
Let me see what Integration Quest is going to show. Okay. It's very busy. Those of you on Integration Quest side, very busy. Be sure to choose IQ Developer Lab. Integration Quest primary, and then IQ Developer Lab. Okay. And not the others. The others you won't need. Okay. Yes, Tim, let me stop sharing.
I did.
All right, cool. Let me share.
I don't have other option like IQ developers.
Oh, okay, good. That's good. You probably don't have access to them then. That's all right.
No, I have only integration quest and IQ classrooms.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That won't hurt. Yeah. No worries.
Okay, so when I go to connected apps, I
Yeah.
created an app. There it is.
All right.
And when
Yeah, you're good, Tim. Copy the name of your app. Copy the name of your app because you're going to lose it in just a minute. Copy that. Okay. Now,
Okay.
all we did that made ours different, you've selected the type that
Mhm.
app acts on behalf of a user. Drop down and select the one it acts on its own. Yep. There you go.
Got it. Okay. that's
Okay,
what I
and
was
it
looking-
didn't lose your name. Sometimes it will swipe the name out. Okay, yeah. Keep driving. Everybody go ahead. We'll follow along with Tim. Add the scope.
Uh-huh.
And the scope is the docs. Yep, that one right there.
Select.
Uh-huh. And then go to the next. And now for
Okay.
Cloud Blazor, it's POC. Well, Tim, if you want to choose all of them, you can. It's up to you. I'm having pretty much everybody just do the POC and EDU. And then Sharisha, on yours, you're fine. The ones you selected is fine. Yep, and then you can see where you're adding the scopes. Good. You can click on add scopes. Now you've just added the scopes. You've not done anything else. So when you save it, go ahead and click on save, Tim. When you save it, it's now going to populate your client ID and client secret under your name on the right there. Okay, so in the listing, go ahead and copy that client ID and client secret and
Okay.
have it in a notepad somewhere.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. There you go. There's Finn. Finn, I was watching for yours. And Sharisha, did yours work? I'm not watching yours as close. I'll have to bring yours up. Let me see if yours worked.
It will.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, Sharisha, I see yours. Okay, so get your client ID and client secret. Put it in a safe place for right now because you're going to need that.
All right, got it.
All right, cool, cool. Very good.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing, Diane.
Sure. No worries. All righty, let me share my screen here. Okay, so now we have our client ID and client secret. That's good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to hop over into our client application. In other words, Advanced REST Client or Postman, whichever one you want to use is fine with me. Okay, whichever one you want to use. And the first thing that we need to do when we interact with Anypoint platform is we need to get a bearer token. Okay, so we need to request a bearer token using our connected app credentials. All right, so we're going to change our method to post. Okay, change our method to post. And I'm sorry if I didn't prepare some of you to have a client app. Sharisha, did you have a client application installed? I'm sure Ram, if you're on Ram's laptop, he's got one. Advanced REST Client or Postman?
I haven't.
Okay, good. Okay. All right, so we're going to change the method to post. Coming in the chat is the URL that we need to request a bearer token. Okay, so coming in the chat, grab this URL. And that's what we're going to put. Just remove the HTTP that's there. Paste in the token URL, the URL for that. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a header here. The content header type, we can click on add. Okay, in Postman, it's a little different. Content type is going to be application JSON. Application JSON. Okay, so under the headers, content type, application JSON. And one more step in the body. So come over to the body. If you're in Postman, it's, you know, locate the body. And I am going to give you a template, a JSON template. Okay, coming in the chat. Here's your JSON template. And I want you to paste that into the body, but I want you to get your ID and your secret and place it in between the two quote marks. Okay, so it needs to go in between the two quote marks and then leave the grant type as client credentials. All right, so I'm going to come here, copy my ID, paste my ID in here. And also secret. Okay. All right, so then it should look like this. You've got your client ID and your client secret. All right, so we're ready to send this in. So we're sending in a post to Anypoint platform to get a bearer token. Sending in the request, you should get back your bearer token, your access token. So copy your access token here, just the value. That's all we need is just this value. Okay, so now copy that and put it in your notes. Okay. All righty. So you now have a bearer token. Everybody got that? Let me clear the board here and do some green checks. Give me a green check.
Yep. Oh, here we go.
You're good, Tim. You don't have to find the check.
Green check. Woohoo.
I know. Sharisha, are you good? Yay. Go ahead. Are you?
Then somehow I couldn't connect to any of the Advanced REST Client or Postman.
Okay. Do you want to install Advanced REST Client, or do you want to just observe for just a little bit?
I observe and I'll do it later. You
Okay.
can carry on.
Okay. I'll tell you, if you're learning, Advanced REST Client is easier to navigate. That's why I usually use it for training. So if you can, and RAM should probably have it installed, but you know, work that out. But yeah, just go on observation mode for right now, and then I'll help you later if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So we have our bearer token. Now the next thing we need to do is we're going to create a request. Okay. So we're going to do another plus to create a new request. And this is where we're going to post in our document from here. Okay. So we're going to post in our document. And we need the URL of the post. Where do you think we can get the URL of our post for our document action?
Exchange.
Yes, Exchange. Very good. So let's go to Exchange. Go back to Exchange. And click on the post. This is probably the fastest way to find it. Click on your post. And come over here to your server on the upper right. Now, don't use the mocking service because that's the mocking service one. That's not going to work. Do the drop down and you're going to find your URL of your document action. Okay. And in this URL, when you look at this, it's going to be your organization. Actions are your document action. And then you'll see this endpoint over here that which is the executions. Here it is right here, the executions. Okay. So yeah, it's here in the center also. So you could copy that. And let's paste that in our client application. Okay. Paste it in our and so that is going to be our URL for our document action. Now for the now some of this is going to get a little tricky. Okay. The content header type, if we go to body, we're going to change this from raw input to multi-part form data. Okay. Multi-part form data. And then scroll down, we're going to add the file part. Click on add file part. Now the part name is lowercase file. Lowercase file. And to the right of it is choose the file. So now you're going to go ahead and click on choose file and navigate to where your packet is. Okay, navigate to where your resume is. And this is going to simulate pulling up documents that are in a file server or however you're getting these resumes. This is going to simulate getting a resume. All right, and click open. And it's added it to our request.
See, this is where I should have installed ARC.
Yeah, because Postman's a little harder, isn't it?
Yes, I'm installing it right now.
All right, no worries. All right, so we have file. We're choosing the file. Then we need to do our authorization tab. Come here to your authorization tab. And for your authorization, you want to go ahead and do the down arrow and you want to choose bearer because we have a bearer token, but don't only choose it, go back in there and slide the toggle over. Okay. Slide the toggle over. Make sure that it's on. And now you're going to paste your token on the right-hand side. So go get your token and we'll paste that in. Okay, take a look at it, make sure it looks good. And now we're ready. So quick review. We're posting. We got our URL from Exchange. We have our body that has our packet, our resume. We are using multi-part form data. We gave it the name of file. And our authorization is bearer token with the slide over on, the toggle on, and your bearer token here. Now send in the request. All right, send in the request. you should get a 200 success or 201 created. The post was successful. You're getting back an ID number. Copy that ID number. Okay. So copy the ID number and save that, because that is your document ID. It's a unique identifier for your document. Okay. Unique identifier for your document. So go ahead and you want to have that ready. Now, let's look at Exchange. The GET request, okay, the GET request is the same URL except for / with the doc ID or execution ID at the end of it. Okay. And we still need all of our credentials as we have them here. All we need to do is in Advanced REST Client, duplicate our configuration so it carries over everything else. So duplicate, okay, duplicate. And once you have duplicated here, we are going to change the method. It is not a post, it's a GET request. And we also want to copy the ID. Okay, copy the ID. And that comes at the end of our URL now. We put the / and our ID at the end. Okay, and at the end. We do not need the header. So you could go to the header and remove all of that. Yeah, that's gone anyway, so that's good. And we're ready to send it in. Okay. And there is the document action details here. Okay, here it is. So there is the output on that. There is the output. So this is how it comes out. This is how it comes out. There is our document ID, our status succeeded here. Okay. We have the top skills field. And then here is the value. We have our assessment here and the value. So this is how it would be coming out of our document action with our response. Now, one thing it did do this time, I don't have it. Notice there is on line 4, there is a status. And it says succeeded. Earlier when I ran mine, let's see if it's going to have it. Earlier when I ran it, now look, they're all succeeding. That is too funny. Earlier when I ran it, it actually came back that it needed review. So I really thought I had one that needed review. Give me a green check if yours worked and you did get your data back. Yay, Manny. Tim?
Oh, I got pulled away, guys. I was thinking about
Okay.
dropping because I might have to leave to go tend to something with this client.
Okay, no worries. It's recorded. So when you're working with it, we can go back through it.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, understand. Finn, did yours work?
I'm getting there. I'm trying to add in the execution ID.
Okay. Do you want to share your screen? I can guide you through.
Hold on, I just need to put it in the URL. Okay, it worked on my end. Good.
Very good. Okay. So ours did work. It didn't get snagged on anything. Okay. And when I ran it first thing earlier today, I actually had reviews. Oh, good. Finn, look. Yours is here for review. Okay, so yours may not have gone all the way through because your percentage of your assessment is 79.59%. See it? If you go back into your document actions, and in the document actions, there is a review task tab. I was hoping to show this. So see, mine, when it ran earlier, it did the same thing. I was below 80%. So what happens in these cases is whomever is managing any of the confidence levels being lower than the amount that you put, they are able to come in here and assess what's going on, change this, modify this, and then submit the difference, submit the changes. Okay. So Finn, I'll let you do that. I'll let you come in here and approve this. Because if you try to get this document action right now, it's not going to, you may not get a 200 response. Do you see it?
Okay. Yeah, I can see it. So do I click on submit and done?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're all going to go through this whole process and make ours fail. Okay. We'll make ours fail. And I'll show you how you'll get something in the reviews.
Okay. Yeah, I submitted.
Okay. And now notice there's nothing in the review tasks, right? All right.
So then, one quick question. On the connected apps, when we generated the client ID and client secret, and getting the token, it is saying invalid client and access. So do we need to give any additional permission?
No, once you do the post to get your bearer token, right? Then you have your bearer token.
Yeah, for getting the bearer token itself, I'm getting the invalid request.
Okay, let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
And did your connected app have the scope of the, well, that wouldn't matter. The scope should be the document actions. That should be okay. Let's see what your URL looks like. Okay, post, client ID and client secret, invalid request. Okay, so we have a post, Anypoint accounts, API, V2, author2 token. That looks good. Client underscore ID, client underscore secret, grant type. It looks good. I'm not seeing anything. Invalid request, invalid grant type. Grant type, client underscore credentials. Wow. Make sure there's no cookies. You know how you can clear the cookies in this?
This is the first time I'm using ARC here in my laptop.
Okay. Okay.
Hope it will not.
Try it again. Let me see. Headers. Go to the headers and let's do add one, content type application JSON. Add. Yeah, add. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And it's content type. There you go. And it'll be application JSON. And now try it. There you go. Okay. Good review. Let's go through the whole process. Let's go through the whole process so we're together on this. Okay. And then the next step is we're going to create a new, go ahead and open up a new tab. Don't even use that previous one, new tab. Oh, you got it. Okay. So that is your, okay. So under that one, then we need, let's see, well, actually go to the body. Go to the body and up here, choose multi-part form data and the raw input on the left, yeah, change that to multi-part. Yep. And then add file part. And then write the word file. Lowercase. And I don't know, I think it really matters that it's lowercase. Yep. And then choose file. And grab a resume or something. No, look at the baby. Okay, and then under authorization, we want to switch to bearer, but you've got, yeah. And then make sure it sticks, go back to it, choose bearer. It's very picky, yeah. And then add your token that you just got. Okay. And then send it in. Okay, we did something wrong. Let's go back to headers. Let's add. And that should be content type, multi-part form data. Yeah. And then check the body one more time. File, Yep, authorization is our bearer token. Go, yeah. Clear cookies, just to be safe. Yeah, it's under the request tab. Web session. I don't know where it would be on yours. Yeah. Mine comes under cookie manager. I don't know where it would be in your case. Select, request, search.
This is a select history.
Yeah, mine is like tabs at the very top. Do you see it at the very
Okay.
top? Yeah. Request, web session, yeah. And then cookie manager. If anything's there, delete all of those. Yeah. Okay, and then let's try it again. So I think you have everything.
401.
Authorized. Could your bearer token have expired already? Let's make sure bearer token, yeah, copy your access token.
Shall I generate one more?
Yeah. There you go. Mine did. Mine had expired on me. I think everything else is correct on that. I don't see anything else.
Yeah. There was a space in the token.
Okay, I got the ID now.
Oh, good. Okay, take that. Copy that. And then duplicate this tab. Go to the, yeah, there you go. And then add it to the end of your URL because you need to add that at the end. Do / and then put that execution ID. Okay. And then we need to, let's check a few things here. This is going to be a get. All right. We added that. And the content header, go to your headers, remove that.
JSON.
And you're good. Send. Yeah, no, nothing. No
Nothing?
content at all. Yeah. Yeah. It says to remove it. Yeah. And now send. There it is. Awesome. Look at your content there. There you go. All right. So now this data is what you'd be working with to transform it down to what you need and then populate the data wherever it's going. Right?
Yep.
Yep. Good job. Good job. You got it.
Right.
Now let's make one. Let's modify our document action. And let's force it to fail. Like to have a or just change a confidence level. So that you can see, you know, we did it with Finn's, the way his turned out, but let's go ahead and go back to our document action. Okay, and if it's timed out, it'll come back to this page and you want to go in and edit. And we can even just add a new field. Let's add a new field and we'll call this force fail. Force fail. So we're going to force it to fail. What is today's weather? Okay, so it's gonna fail, I believe. It's probably just gonna reject it back. And then let's make this 100%. Okay. So let's click on add. Okay, so now we have a new field here. Okay, and once you've added the new field, all I did is just named it and then ask a prompt that it won't be able to do based on the information we have anyway. So it's going to not have a confidence level at all. We can test it. Let's test it. Let's go get our resume here and drop it in over here and run this. And you're going to see that it will fail. And then from here, we'll publish it to Exchange and we'll go through the process again because it's just good to go through that process and get a feel for how it's working. And then we will see it. It'll fall in under our review tasks. Hey, Cam, welcome.
Hello.
How
Hello.
are you?
Good, good. Howdy.
Very good. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. What we're doing is recorded, but we're going to go through the process again. So you have your document action. If you want to go ahead and be ready to go through the process again as soon as we publish this to Exchange, then you can go back through the process with us.
So is that something different what we did last week maybe?
Yes, this is part 2. Part
Okay.
2. Yep. Part 2. Interesting. Not found. That's good. But will it fail? I want it to fail. This one's below. This one is below the criteria this time. I was really hoping it would do that. So I know that it's not found. I hope that it will make it go into review. That's what I'm really hoping for, is making it go into review. We'll see. So yes, we are doing something different. So we're going to publish this to Exchange. Once we've added a new field, it's kind of a force fail. Let's see what we can come up with. So it did come back with not found. And even my other assessment for hire is lower than the 80%. I could have even bumped one of those up. Now our version is 1.1.0. Okay. So we want to go ahead and go over into Exchange because our URL is going to be a little different now, right? Our URL for our post.
Diane, I got the different output.
Oh,
For
did you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Did it
gave
fail?
me, it didn't fail when I run that the action. I got the weather today is not specified in the provided data.
Oh,
So instead of not found, I got that as an output.
really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you this now, when I was on the project last year, that we could run it like 5 times and the results would be a little different every time, which is weird. But considering it's AI, it makes sense that it would
Yeah,
be.
it makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Interesting.
item 40, it will not work in AI, Gen AI. If you rerun again, it will get different.
Yeah, you'll get it something different. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come back to the document action and I'm going to make this threshold 100%. That will fail. It's already low this time, but it wasn't low on my actual run. So I'm going to make this 100% and I'm going to update that. So I'm going to make sure mine fails. I want to make sure, because this, I don't know if this is going to fail on us. It's not saying anything here that is suitable. So I'm going to change the threshold. So let's save that this time and publish it again to Exchange. And my new number is probably going to be a 1.2.0. Let's see what it comes up with. And then we'll run it again. So Cam, if you want to jump in here, well, I'll walk through the process again of actually interacting with the two document actions because, or I'm sorry, the two methods. So what we will see is in Exchange, so if you go to Exchange, you're going to see your post and you're going to see your get. So the way this works is your post is going to be when you send your document in. Okay. So on the post, here's your URL. Let's go ahead and copy. Well, first of all, we've got to get a bearer token. So let's go ahead and I move this over here. And let's get into Advanced REST Client. I'm going to start from scratch again. So I'm going to say start. You guys already have yours configured, but I'm going to go back through this for Cam and anybody else that might be watching. The first thing we need to do, Cam, is we need to create a connected app. Now, Cam, you can use my connected app, but ultimately later go back through the video and create your own connected app so you see how to do that. All right, but I'm going to let you use my client ID and my client secret for the connected app. So we're going to do a post here to get our bearer token. This is pretty new. You know, most of you know how to do this if you've worked with the command line interface or anything like that. So here is where we're going to go ahead and, oh, sorry. Here's where we're going to go ahead and post in. Let me get the URL for the bearer token. And it is here. Coming in the chat. There you go. All right, so here's for our bearer token. We're going to, for our header, we're going to put application JSON for the content type application JSON. Right? Then for our body, we're going to change this. No, that's fine. JSON's here. Okay, cool. We need to fill out this body with your connected app, client ID and client secret. I'll get yours for you. Hang on one second. Cam, and I'll get ours. One sec. No, I didn't write mine down, so I didn't follow my own instructions. I got to go get them. But it's good to know where you have to go get them, right? You have to go to Access Management, Connected Apps, and Cam, you can create one here when you're ready. The ID, there you go. There's the ID. Here's the secret. And then we'll go back to our Advanced REST client, and we'll put the client ID and client secret in the body here. Okay. All right, so it should look like this. We have a post. We're getting our bearer token. The headers, application JSON for a content type. The body is set with our client ID and client secret. Send it in, and you should get your access token. Copy your access token. Okay, copy your access token. And that one I will copy. All right, and now we're going to open up another tab. And this will be when we post in our document. So this is changing to a post. Okay, we're going to go get the URL for our document action. Okay, so that is going to be in Exchange, right? Go to Exchange, click on your post. There is your URL for your post. Copy that. Okay, copy that, paste it in. Okay, and notice you'll have, oh, I'm on a different version. Hold on a minute. Mine did not update. 1 second. I updated to, why are you at 1.1? Hang on a minute. Something isn't right here. Here it is. I'm a 1.2. because we updated. All right, there we go. Make sure you're on the right version. Notice my previous tab up there did not update. So watch your version numbers apparently. Okay, so let me get my new version in here. I probably could have just changed the version number. I'm sure it's probably the same. It's all right. Okay, this is a post. We're sending in the post. Now, under the headers, we're going to add a header. This header is going to be a multi-part. Let's see. Under the content type is going to be a multi-part form data. Multi-part form data. And we're going to go to the body. Click over to the body. Okay, and in the drop down, we're going to also choose multi-part form data. Multi-part form data. And click on add file part. Add file part. And we're typing the word file, lowercase, file. And this is where you're going to choose your file to send in. Okay, choose your file. All right, so that's chosen. Now we have to do our authorization. Come to our authorization. And we're going to select the authorization. You want to do the toggle, slide over to bearer and select bearer. So 2 steps there. Slide the toggle, select it. Okay, and then paste your token. Paste your token in. All right, so I do believe we're ready. So we have a post. The header is content type multipart. The body, we chose our file. And authorization is bearer token, send it in. You should get a 201 created. That means it is now being processed by the AI platform and our data is being extracted. Okay, so now you have an execution ID here. Okay, copy that execution ID and I want you to save it in your document. Okay, in your files or in your notes somewhere. All right, so save that. Now, what we want to do is we want to go and get that document. Okay, so everything here is configured to interact with our endpoint, except for a few things. So in the meantime, we're going to duplicate our configuration here. Just duplicate it. Okay, and now it's duplicated. You're going to change from a post to a get. Because now we're going to go get the data that it extracted and bring your cursor all the way to the end of the URL. And it's actually a / and the execution ID that's in your clipboard right now. So paste in your execution ID that we just got. All right. And then let's go back to headers, remove this content type. Okay, remove that. And send in the request. All right, send in the request. And now, instead of success here, look at mine. I forced mine. It is successful in that I got a response back. So it's a 200 success. However, the status is different on this one. The status is saying manual validation required. So in your logic, when you use this endpoint, you need to watch that. This is what you need to determine. You can only proceed forward and use your data if it says succeeded. So there's different statuses. All right. So this says manual validation required. So let's go look at the document action now. And in the document action, we should find elements that need to be reviewed. Okay, mine needs to be reviewed, Finn's need to be reviewed. Okay, my force fail. 99.9% not found. You can enter the value manually now that it's in a review status. So if I just ran 100 resumes through and I had a force fail on all of them, I'd have 100 to review here. Okay, obviously that wouldn't be the case. And we already know that that assessment for hire was low to begin with. And so if we do that in the testing portion, like I told you before, is if I was getting a low percentage, even when I'm testing the document action, I would want to fine tune my prompt so that my percentage would be more in the confident level, at a higher level. You might want to split the request out or the prompt out or do something different. So now we can enter this here, force fail. I'm going to say pass. Okay. And then I'm going to just kind of breeze through this and say, it's okay. I understand. Not a worry. You know, I mean, to me, this may be less important, or I may want to change it, to review or something like that later or something. I could change this. You actually physically can change this. And once you do, then you submit and it proceeds forward. Now you can also download, when it's in review, you can download the JSON as well and be able to take a look specifically at this JSON to see exactly what it's doing. But I just cleared this particular execution ID, and I'm going to send in that request again. And now notice I get a succeeded here. So now in my logic, in my application, I can manage that status of whether it needs to be held out like a DLQ until someone has fixed it, and then it will proceed and send a new request, or I should say a new response that says it succeeded. And there's our data. Okay. See how that works? Yes, no, maybe.
So, Diana, here, right, this is a request response, right? So, in one shot, we can send only one doc, or can we send multiple docs?
In this portion, or I should say, let me go back here. Here, you would, if you sent in more than one document, it will combine, I believe it will combine them as one assessment. So you will send one document at a time if that document, the way we always did it, especially on a project, was to have the document as one, like append it together before it goes through the AI so that it will assess the entire document together as one, right?
Okay, and this is like a request response mechanism, and let's say I think in a previous session we have discussed, right? So let's say somebody has dumped their file on one of the file server, right? And
Right.
MuleSoft should pull this information using some file server connectors we got, right? Okay,
Right.
so it will be pulled, and now we have this information. So there is no need to expose the API and get the request from any client, right? Instead, MuleSoft connector itself will pull this. As soon as file reaches there, it will process and it will get what we are doing through the API client. Is that right?
Well, you would actually use it as a connector in your MuleFlow. This is going to be what we cover in part 3. So what I did, actually, this is a previous version because I actually did this one earlier today, just to stage it up before we finish out. But this is the post request would be this one, right? So this one would be first, we would post it in. So yeah, you would pick up from a file server and they would, you would run them through one at a time. And then you would have the execution ID, and then the execution ID would be included in each of the GET requests. And then, yes, so these would be exposed as your connectors to use for the GET and the post.
I see.
And then you would get that out. Of course, then you would have to take most likely, and you would need to transform this data, right? So you'd want to transform that body that we get. We would get a chunk, right? We get a whole, I don't know if it's going to even tell us here what we're going to get. fields. Yeah, look, there's our fields showing data sense. You gotta love data sense. Look at that. Okay, so
Mhm,
data
mhm.
sense is picking up on our fields, and we've got our confidence score and our value here too.
Mhm.
Okay, see them? So we would get the value in this portion and the confidence score here. So if that confidence score was, you were not crazy about that confidence score or it mattered, you could use this to also in your logic manage looking at that data a little closer, or DLQ if it was not satisfactory, you know, do something with it from there, right?
Okay.
Yep. All right. So this is where we are going to stop for today. And part 3, it'll either be later this week. I'd like to wrap this up so that you all have a really good feel for, you know, intelligent document processing. And we'll pick up in this category to run through the mule flows and what we might want to do and what our data might look like on the other side, right? Sound good?
Then
Any questions? Cool stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, one of the first things we had to do when we were on a project is you have to parse out all of this stuff. All of these forward slashes, carriage controls and everything, you got to parse all that out. That's one thing. I don't know if there's an easier way to do that, but it is in Data Weave we can do that. Right. We might could take that. Take your output. Let's grab our output. Let's mess around a little bit. We've got a little bit more time. Grab this and copy it. And, well, go to the Data Weave playground. That'd be cool. Let's go to the Data Weave playground. And let's put this in here. All right, and let's just see what our payload looks like. Yeah, we've got all those carriage controls. Ugh. All right, so we got to get rid of our carriage controls without destroying our data too. Anyone have, okay, so that's your homework. Who wants to manage getting rid of the carriage controls? There's your homework. If we do DW, I bet it's still going to have the carriage controls. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're still there. Oh, well. So, but you know where they're not? When we did this here, they're not on here. How did he do that? How did they do that? Look, probably because it's HTML, huh? Oh no, they're still there. Look. Wow, that's even weird because they're not on all of them. They're only on some of them. A friend of mine, when we worked on the project, he managed that part. I'm going to have to ask him what his data weave was to get rid of that. He did get rid of them all. So it's in our values is where it's at. It's not in this. It's only in the values. I wonder if we could prompt it, but even see in the document action where we're testing it out, it's not showing them there. This is just the carriage controls. Anyway, but that is one thing we have to do. We've got to get rid of all of that. Doot, right? And then we'll work with the data. So there you have it, folks. That's how the story works. And yeah, mine submitted and done. Did I submit mine? Finn, are you going to do yours? I won't mess with it. You may have. Yeah, you did. You did. Yep. Okay. All right, folks. That's all for today. So anyway, the other thing we're going to do when we actually work with it in Mule is we're going to make sure that status is succeeded before we use that data, right? Because if it says needs review, then we need to let the reviewer know that there are documents to check. So what you'd want to do is give the reviewer this information because they need that. Beyond that, everything down in the fields, it's not trustworthy because of the low confidence level or whatever the review was, remember? So we would have to, yeah, it's not going to do it. We would have to go back and get, whatever that review was and determine it. So folks, that's it for today. Let me stop the recording.